We shall fight in the hills. We shall never surrender.
The only thing I can offer is blood, toil, tears, and sweat.
I have nothing to offer but blood, toil, tears, and sweat.
Winston Churchill was inspirational because it's almost like he'd been preparing his whole life to take the role as Prime Minister of Great Britain when he was 65 years old. And the free world at that time was probably in its most perilous state. At 65 years old, he's kind of like your grandfather, but yet he's just this fearless leader who wouldn't accept defeat. And without him there, who knows what would have happened. I think the turning points in Churchill's life, you can probably narrow it down to two things. One, he read everything. He was probably the biggest reader of history that ever was. And I think that really formed his mindset. And the second turning point in Churchill's life was when he went to military college. And when he went there, he was kind of an overweight kid, you know, not much discipline. And military school really helped form him, and it really gave him some backbone and some courage. And he carried that through his whole life. Winston Churchill inspired his entire country, anyone in the free world, anyone in the Commonwealth, America, anyone fighting for democracy at that time. But Winston Churchill still inspires people to this day. When we hear his speeches and we look back and we see what the people went through back then, Winston Churchill just inspired people just to never give up, no matter how bleak the odds were. And that is inspirational. He inspires everybody.
A miracle of deliverance achieved by valor, by perseverance, by perfect discipline, by faultless service, by resource, by skill, by unconquerable fidelity, is manifest to us all. Sir, we must be very careful not to assign to this deliverance the attributes of a victory. Wars are not won by evacuation.